And we're live. Yes, yes. How we doing? We're doing good. Yes, we are. Good afternoon. How are you? This is Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar, and it is Love Online. Waiting for you to join me. Waiting for you to join me on IG and YouTube and FB. Yes, we're on all the platforms, are we, right? Yes, so we're on the platforms today, and the topic, you asked for it, and I'm about to give it to you. We are discussing the in law factor today. Too many persons have challenges with their in law, right? Right, somebody say, but my husband, mother wants to tell me how to cook. And I mean, that can took my own meals. Or, my wife parents give her money all the time. They are comfortable for about things I can't afford, but they supply it. How that make me look, you know? Or my parents just drop in, my mother just drop in when she feel like she don't ask no question. She don't call before she come. She just come. So couples have different things. Or the sister who comes over, or the brother who comes over and believe that it's my brother house, so I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah, all of these things. So wait, you don't need to join me, guys. Yeah, was a bit thirsty there. Yeah, wait, you don't need to join me to tell me what's it to be, what is it to be, what is it that you want to do. Wait, you don't need to join me and tell me what is happening, right? So that we can discuss this topic. I remember for some years I've been, doing this topic um, when in another forum. And it's always interesting. We want to talk about the in laws today. We want to talk about the in law factor and how it affects your relationship. But this is Love Online and I'm Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar. Yes, and we look at interesting topics. We look at sustaining relationship, right? We look at inviting you to join us in the gym, the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. Sunday we had a wonderful time Sunday evening in the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. Also, wanting you to register for the Grow Your Marriage Academy online. Take any one of our short courses that will most benefit you, whether it is the MRI, the Marriage Readiness Intelligence, or the M&M if you're a couple. That is a marriage maintenance. If you're a courting couple, yes, the on your marks. If you're a husband who wants to learn how to love your wife in a Christ-centered way, then that's the course for you. It's only 3 weeks. Or if you're a wife who can't understand why your husband not listen to you, probably you need to take the course, how to speak so your husband will listen. That's only 3 weeks as well. So I want you to register. Remember, this is probably I should say the Caribbean's only marriage academy, an academy where you can learn how to grow and thrive your relationship, and you can learn how to be better, even if you're single, how to be a better single, how to better appreciate, who you are, and how to better appreciate how to go about doing a relationship. Right? So where are you? I'm not seeing you, or am I not seeing? I'm in the chat and looking to see if I see persons in the chat, but I'm not seeing anybody just yet. Is it that I'm not seeing, or is I can't see? But I don't see you joining me just yet. Yes, so we want to talk about that today. We want to talk about the in-laws. Um, think it's Gary Chapman that talks about the law of the in-laws, right? And there are some principles on in-laws that um, we want to discuss in this chat today. So come on and let's make the chat interesting. It's lunchtime. Yeah, you should be in. Well, it's 12:05, so you're just getting into the lunch thing. So we're waiting on you to come on and tell us what is going on. Looking for my people to come on out. Giving you a few minutes also if you're coming on to the share it, share the love, share the chat so that others will join on and benefit from it, right? So yeah, looking for you to come on now and let's talk about what's can happen. Hi Sean, you're here. Yes. Good to see you, Sean. Wonderful. Share the link with somebody else. Yes, so that they can come on and join in the chat today so we can talk about the in-law factor. Yes, what the in-laws do, what they don't do, how they can be of support. LinkedIn, yes, you're over IG. All right, cool, no problem. Good to have you. Good to have you. We're going to talk about the in-laws today. Ensure that you have something to say. You asked for it, last week. We asked, we're talking about different things that we could talk about. And of course, somebody talk about the in-law. I Mitzi, how you doing? Yes. So we're talking about the in-laws today, but we want to talk about it, and the important role that they play, or the not important role, whatever it is that they do. Yes, so that's what we want to talk about today. How important it is for them, to be a part of the relationship and what role they play. So yeah, so it's good to have in-laws, right? All right. So while you're sharing with those who are coming on, remember again, see my t-shirt, right? I'm saying the Grow Your Marriage. I want to see it good, so I make sure I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, the Grow Your Marriage Ministry. If you missed Sunday evening here on the lawns of Temple Park Garden, don't miss it again. Don't miss it again. They mean all of this time I talk? Oh my God. Right. Did you hear anything that I said? Because I don't know. You see that my mic was muted and I was talking on and nobody never did hear me. So I hope you're hearing me now. You're all hearing me now, right? Okay, I hope you're hearing me now. So, um, so I'm saying, yeah, we're talking about the in-law factor today. We're talking about the benefits, or it just happened a while ago. Oh, okay, all right. Great, great, great. All right, Mitzi. Right, so we're talking about the in-laws, the in-law factor, um, the role that they play, how important it is that they're a part of. Sunday was amazing. LinkedIn, you was here. Yes, it was really, really amazing, for real truth, And I love how the man them talk up and so. So if you were not here last Sunday, make sure say February 26th is marked in your calendar at 4 p.m. You need to be here on the lawns of Temple Palm Gardens. But before that, females, if you are here, then coming the 4th of February is when you need to be here at 7 a.m. in the morning for the Deborah's Courtyard. Because these are the kind of things that we do in Carla Dunbar Ministries International, right? We sustain the women, we sustain the relationships. The men are begging for a Solomon's Colonnade. So that will soon come, right? The Solomon's Colonnade, where we allow the men opportunity to come and just be poured into as well. But yes, this is what it is. So we're talking about that, right? And you can also register for any one of the short courses that we offer in the gym. Why is Kenisha laughing? The Solomon's Colonnade. Yes, the men them want Solomon's Colonnade, so we're about to give it to them. So we're saying you can register for any one of the courses that we offer in the gym. So if you're single, right? Single, then you need to take the MRI. It's a 6-week course, just 6 Thursdays, right? And it helps you to be more self-aware and how to appreciate your singleness and how to love yourself, how to be more aware and accepting of self flaws and everything, right? And how you transition into dating and courting, and then understanding what marriage is about, and healthy sexuality, so that when you transition good, you're well packaged, right? Or if you're married, then you need to say the M&M, that's an 8-week course. That's just 8 Mondays, right? For the M&M. And of course, husbands and wives, we have courses, 3 weeks just for you to help us build yourself, of course, right? And courting couples, the on your mark. So that's about the gym. So what we're talking about today, we're talking about in-laws. Do you have interfering in-laws? Do you have in-laws who are always just showing up at your gate? In-laws who are meddling, meddling mother-in-laws, who want to tell you how to cook them son dinner, or how to iron them son shirt for work. That kind of in-law is always telling you what to do, not waiting until you ask them, but telling you what to do. Or that brother, when it's World Cup time, they just come and plant themselves on your settee because, it's them sister TV, or the sister who comes and they're always in the fridge because it's their brother's fridge? Do you have those kind of in-laws? Maybe not. Maybe you don't, but other persons do. Other persons are having challenges with in-laws, right? And the interfering in-laws. But do they play a role? Is there a role that in-law is supposed to play in the life of a married couple? Sure, there's a role. There's supposed to be a supportive role that in-laws are supposed to play in your marriage, right? Yes, they're supposed to be supportive. Be there as a help. Be there as a moral support, as a crutch to catch you up when things, or be there if it is that my mic is muted again. I'm not sure. Don't see that. Where it is. My host can unmute me, but I'm not seeing where the mic is muted. Are you hearing me, guys? Oh, it's fixed. Okay, good. Right. So, yeah. So I'm saying there's a role that in-laws play. My kids are all married and out and about. I like to think I'm not a very interfering mother-in-law, but they may say otherwise. And of course, I have a bit of understanding how I'm supposed to be. Like, I don't just generally turn up at my children's home. I mean, them have lock gate, I'm have to ask them for open it still. But yeah, but outside of that, I don't think that I should be that. I mean, they don't have to tell me when they come into my house, but I think there's a need for privacy and space, right? And what for understand one of the first law, because as I say, there's the law of the in-laws, and one of the first law is that you must separate yourself from them, separate yourself from marriage, from your parents, right? So separating from parents also means a change of allegiance. So when you were not married, your allegiance is to your parents, right? They are the most important people in your life. And nobody can touch them, nobody can do nothing to them. You're always going to look out for them, you're always going to go look for them, all of that kind of a thing. But when you get married, your allegiance change. It is now your spouse that has priority, that has taken priority. The Bible says you leave and you cleave. So the first law of the in-law is that they must understand that you leave them. Yeah? What do you think about that? Yeah, you leave them. You leave them so that you can go and forge your life with your partner. Right? Doesn't mean you abandon them, but let me tell you something. When the Bible says leave, the word leaves there means to neglect and to abandon. That's actually what it means. That's how serious God was about the fact that you're supposed to go and make life with each other. Doesn't mean that you're going to totally abandon them, but he was just wanting you to know the intention when he left, right? And so in-laws are not supposed to meddle because you're really supposed to separate. So the mothers, them will hold on to them sons for dear life and don't want to let them go. And always gotta tell them spouses, the spouse not ask you. If they ask like how my in-laws will ask, my daughter-in-law will ask me how to cook, so and so and so and so. That's fine. But you're always over them. Oh no, it's not say you do it. Oh, you must put this into it and that into it. No, leave the people them and allow them to come into it. Leave your daughter-in-law, make she learn for cook. You understand? Help where help is necessary or where it is asked for, but don't just bump into the business. You understand? You have to allow them to come into some things on their own. And the truth is, as mothers, we don't know everything. We are wise, of course, and we would want you to listen to us, yes, about some things, but we don't know everything, right? So the first law of the in-law is separate. Allegiance change. Allegiance is now to my spouse, whether it be a husband or a wife. Allegiance is now to my spouse. Mother and father is no longer first priority. And that's a fact, and God not have no problem with that. And them can carry go to court, but not, they cannot stand up in the court of laws because your allegiance has to change once you have married, right? Some mothers let go of your sons when they're married, come out of the people in life and allow them to live. If you are not being good support, offering good moral support, offering advice when it is asked for, not interference, then you need to leave, right? So that's the first thing. Change of allegiance. Privacy. Don't just show up. Don't be calling all the time. right? Allow for time for that to happen. I read somewhere where a couple said, the child had, they were just putting planning to go have a little time, and the next thing you know is that the parents show up, kill them night. You have to ask questions, what is it that you have to do? Can I accompany? Don't just go up for no reason whatsoever. I don't just show up for no reason whatsoever. You understand? There has to be a reason for me to show up, right? So show up for a good reason is what I'm saying, right? Show up for a good reason, right? Yeah. So show up for a good reason. How you doing over here? Who is this? Tammy. Okay. Hi, Tammy 876. How you doing? Right. So yeah, don't just show up. Show up for a reason. Allow privacy. Allow the couple to have their privacy. They need to have their privacy. They need to grow together. They need to have their own conversations, right? They need to have their time so that they can cement them relationship, right? It's not just about bringing something to the table in a LinkedIn. It is not something tangible. It's the moral support that you bring, that you give to them. It's important to have that, right? So yeah, we are in-laws, but we're supposed to come with that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't honor the parents, right? Or what is this now? Somebody this came in now and then this is oh boy. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can turn on this. Right. Sorry about that. They put another device here that I could hear myself. Right. So I'm saying, yeah. So it's not that they shouldn't show up, but it's how you show up. You understand? It's how you show up, is how you respect the privacy of the persons. It's how you show moral support. You have to do that. You understand? So yeah, there's a place for them, but privacy is important. A couple can't become a couple, if you don't allow them to become a couple. First of all, they would not be married if you don't think that they were mature enough to be married, because children should not be married. You understand? So yes, so it is good that they're on their own. It's good that you want to check on them, but allow them to have their privacy. And whilst that is happening, the children will also know that yes, we're still going to honor our parents, because it's important. The Bible says, honor your mother and your father so that your days may be long. Doesn't have to move. Honor your parents so that your days may be long, right? So yes, you're going to be honoring the parents, but not to the exclusion of your spouse. Oh, I forgot look for my mother. Yeah, I forgot look for your mother. But respectfully discuss it with your partner, right? So that your partner is on board. Like I would tell my children, and if you're giving me something and your spouse is not enthusiastically agreeing with you on what is it that you're going to be gifting me, because it's gift you're gifting me and I'm not your obligation. I don't believe that parents, that children are our pensions. Like they are the ones that we're supposed to depend on when we get to a certain age. I believe that parents should work and put their own things in place to take care of themselves. We should not be burdens to children. In the scripture, parents bless children. So whilst it's okay to gift your parents with something, it's important to have your spouse's agreement on that as well, right? So it's important for that to be noted. So yes, right? So you're going to honor your parents, right? And there must be mutual respect. It's not that you're disrespecting the in-laws. You don't want to disrespect them. I don't want my spouse to disrespect my in-law, my parents, and I don't want to disrespect my spouse's parent as well. So there should be mutual respect. Respect goes both ways too. And sometimes your mother-in-law, thinks that you are in some way you're disrespecting them, or something of that nature. You're disrespecting them or something, because you're not in agreement with everything that they say. But you don't have to be in agreement with everything that they say. You have your own life. You understand? And so we have to be careful about how we do the things that we're supposed to be doing as parents, as we help our children to grow in their marriage and their relationship, right? So one, I say, don't just turn up at their house, right? Don't feel a sense of obligation. Your child must take care, because home 9 months, you carry them in your belly, and then you send them go to school, and then you send them go to college. You were supposed to do that, by the way. I believe every parent should give their child at least tertiary level education, right? And then you set them at least to a first degree, and then you set them solidly on their way, right? Don't become that dependent on your children, because when you do that, you burden them, because they have their own lives to live. And so parents have to understand that we had the opportunity to work. And yes, we chose to make the sacrifice to take care of our children. We chose to work and put everything into their life. That was our choice, as our decision, right? Don't expect same from them, because how then will they take care of their own family? Right? So it's just about understanding what is supposed to take place. And brothers and sisters, when your brother and your sister get married, they're married to be away from you. They're married to be away from you. They're married to build their own lives. Right? So don't take it for granted that you must show up and it's your brother house, so you can't come there, come stay indefinitely. Is the reason why he or she never stay home, because they want to be away from you. Definitely. You understand? So yeah, understand what's supposed to take place, the man. Yeah, so don't just show up. Don't over there. And it's your brother's place, and they don't stop you from coming. Sometimes they don't even want to tell you that you're too much. You understand? Because otherwise you feel away. But you must also use wisdom and know that you can't just go there. The reason why people married is to be apart, is to be apart with each other, to be alone with each other. It's the reason why two people get married. You understand? It doesn't have to be stated more than how it is stated. That is fully what it is. So be a little bit conscientious. Think about it, and think about the fact that three is a crowd and two is company. So you don't want to be a baggage and a liability. You want to help to sustain what they have, right? And help them to sustain their relationship. Don't become a bother in the relationship. Don't expect things, because you used to get it before. The person now has another responsibility that they have to take care of. So they can't be focusing on you. Like I said, priorities have changed. Allegiance has changed, right? And so if we try to help them to understand what is supposed to happen, help them to understand it respectfully. A lot of the times I find husbands who do not want to talk to their mother. Why husband afraid of their mother? I mean, my sons are afraid of me. But why I find some husbands are afraid to talk to their mothers. I know us mothers, we are very stern and all of that, and when we're doing something that is crossing a boundary, sometimes our sons are afraid to tell us that we are crossing a boundary. It shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case that they're afraid to tell us. But husband, you sometimes have to talk to your mothers, or sometimes you have to talk to your father. It depends who you want to talk to, who you think will receive the message best, right? But don't allow your marriage to be eroded because your persons don't know boundaries. Your in-law, your mother, your wife don't know boundaries. You have to talk to them and let them know that it's disrupting the equilibrium of your own relationship, and you can't afford for it to continue. You understand? So do what you need to do to ensure that your marriage is procured, your marriage is secure, that you are talking to your parents. I remember telling my mother one time that she overstayed her welcome, because she came and the things were not as she thought it should be. And so she wanted to interfere. And it was a good thing she wanted to do. But how it going to make my husband look when she do what she do? Some have to say, Mommy, overstay, you're welcome. You understand? Yeah, and anything that you see that is lacking here when you come here, if you want to bring it, you bring it. We welcome it. But don't make it seem as if. So don't allow your in-laws to create friction and faction amongst you. You are married to be one. The two shall become one. Three is a crowd. You are never even one with your children, much less to be one. The children that you have together, much less to be one with your in-laws. right? So you know when we're doing this unity sun ceremony, and so we say, oh, this is two families being joined together and all of that and all of that. It's really, yes, we understand it's two families because we want it to have good relationship, but it don't mean that you must foster interference and not talk about it to the point now where it is affecting your intimacy with your spouse and you can't talk about it because you don't want your mother to feel away, but you're allowing your wife to feel away. Who is your priority? You don't want your father to feel away, but your spouse is feeling away. Who is your priority? That becomes questionable. You understand? So, yeah, as I said, Sean, you have to be intentional about it. You have to be intentional about it. You have to talk about it. You have to tell them, to let them know in a very respectful way that, some children can be disrespectful. I'm not talking about the mean disrespectful because the Bible says you must honor your father and your mother so that your days may be long. When you are 18, or a child up to 18, or you live in your parents' house and stuff like that, you should obey your parents. I believe that when children get older, right, and have matriculated into their own space, that they no longer have to be obedient, but you must be honoring. One way you can honor is to be obedient, but it depends on what you're being obedient to. You understand? Because if your mother is telling you, things about your wife and making you feel bad for taking care of your wife or taking care of your husband, then that's wrong. It's totally wrong, right? So don't allow anything. The Bible says, whom God has joined together, let nothing pull asunder. Nothing means anybody as well, right? So whilst the in-laws are good and they can be a good moral compass, they can help you because they have lived before and they have life before and they can add some wisdom to your marriage. That is all the good things that they are supposed to do. And when you're going through challenges, they can be there to be supportive. And when you need advice, they can be there to give you the advice. But don't allow them to meddle to the point where it destroys the fabric of your relationship. It is your responsibility to stand your ground and in a respectful way to be able to say either to your parents or to your siblings, listen, you have crossed the boundary. I cannot allow you to disrespect my partner. I cannot allow you to come in and your frequency in coming and your lack of conscience in when you come and do things or how long you want to stay. When you come with no definition of when you're going to leave, all of those little things, talk about them, right? And when you marry, and we're going to talk about that another time, and you don't want to now change up the insurance policy that you had your mother on, and you had your sister on, and now you're married and there's no security for your spouse because you're unwilling to change that. The thing can percentage up. Your financial advisor that tell you that. So the thing can percentage up. You understand? So do what you need to do to preserve your relationship. Talk to your in-laws if you need to talk to them. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid to talk to your mother, then she must be a monster. You must get all a reason with your mother and say, Mommy, you know, allow Shauna for cook my dinner now. Yeah, I know you cook the best, but that's not the way to do it. Or allow her to wash my clothes or to feed the baby or to whatever. I was watching something online and seeing where the lady feeding one child, the grandmother come up behind her with the next child, and she putting something into the pot as if to say that needed to be added. Why you can't just tell me, I think if you put some of this in there, it might taste nicer. There's a way to do things, tricks in trade and matches box in business, right? So don't allow them to destroy your relationship. I think they mean well, right? I think they mean well. I think all families mean other families well, but sometimes the way how we do things is not the right way to do things, right? But we have a responsibility to protect our marriage. Our marriage is our responsibility. Your marriage is your responsibility. So you protect your marriage the way how you know that you can protect your marriage, right? To ensure that your marriage is preserved. It is your responsibility. You can't blame your in-law if your marriage mash up, and you can't blame the man or the woman you're married to either, right? Your responsibility. You have to preserve it, so preserve it. Right, Angie? Of course. I know when you get there, we'll see that happening. All right. So, yes, on top of that, what is happening? Love Gives is happening. Yes, Love Gives is our first annual family charity event that comes up on the 12th of February. Right? The 12th of February, Sunday, 12th of February. Love Gives Showcase, wonderful food inclusive showcase. We're asking you to purchase your tickets. Yes, tickets are here. There it is on your screen, and tickets are here. Tickets are here. So yeah, you need to purchase your tickets. And the showcase features Andre Shepard, Jody and Pantry, Trinell Robinson, and we'll have a wonderful fashion show for both the male and the female to see what's fashionable and flamboyant and what you ought to be wearing. That happens on the 12th of February, right here at Temple Palm Garden. Call the office or link us up on Carla Dunbar Ministries on all handles, right, to see how you can procure your ticket. Or you can call us at 782 Yes. 782 7646, right? 782, forgot it for a moment there. 782 7646, one of our office number, or 756 0559 to get your tickets. It's only $10,000 per person. Now, don't think about it being too costly. I saw something online yesterday and it's $50,000 for the all-inclusive ticket. You understand? And then they will give showing you a showcase. So listen me, come for this because it's for a cause. It's not a fundraiser, it's a charity for a cause. We are helping a family to have a home, right? And this family is looking for your help. So please come out and support the Love Gives initiative, because if you love, you will give. Support the Love Give initiative and help to house a family that is in need. Don't wait until the last minute to get your tickets either, because we want to know how to cater. So please get your tickets early. Call the office and book your tickets and transfer your deposit. Yeah, you can do that, transfer your deposit with an intention to pay the rest before the date. We allow you to do that. Some places you can't do that. You have to just buy the ticket straight, right? But if we know that you can do that, then do it, right? And help us to help our family. All right. So yeah, that is it for now. Deborah's Courtyard coming up on the 4th of February, Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Ladies, I look forward to seeing you, to empower you. Our next gym is on the 26th of February, right? So we look forward to seeing all the couples and the mature single persons who are thinking about a relationship come watch the married people and say, you know what not to do, right? And also what to do. And remember, your in-laws are supposed to be your support system. They're supposed to be your moral support system and your physical support system when you are in need. Do not allow that in-laws create factions and disunity among you. Stand up and be respectful, be honorable to them, but also know that allegiance has to change, because you live to cleave, and that you must as you honor God in your relationship. God bless you. From the desk of Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar, this is it today for Love Online. See you next Wednesday. It's a beautiful day to give thanks, and today I am here in Red Cap, Barton, St. Catherine, visiting with the family that our ministry, Carla Dunbar Ministries International, is intending to help. I'm Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar, and we seek to help families that are in need. And today, my heart is truly overwhelmed, just seeing the situation, the substandard, inhuman conditions that this family is living in. We are intending to help them with our charity. We are here today. We just brought a little love to give them, to just help to sustain them while we work on the bigger project of providing them with a home and something to sustain them as they go on. And that is going to come with our first charity, Love Gives. Love Gives is a charity showcase. It will be staged on the 12th of February, Sunday the 12th of February, at Temple Palm Gardens in Golden Spring. And it is in aid of providing the family with this home. What I have is invoices for the startup for the chicken farm. That's another support that we need, because as we say, we're trying to put a home together, but we don't want to create dependence. We want them to be able to, her to be able to help herself and to be able to take care of her children. It's a family of a mother with 2 children, a set of twins, girl and boy, right? Beautiful children. And so we're staging Love Gives on the 12th of February, and we're asking you to support, to partner with us, right? We're seeking cash sponsorship in helping us to realize the vision of a home, right? So whatever it is that you can give, buy the tickets and support Love Gives
so that we can be able to help this family. Tickets are available at Carla Dunbar Ministries International. You can call us at Carla Dunbar Ministries International 876-782-7646, or hit us up on any of our social media handles at Carla Dunbar Ministries. That's Twitter, Facebook, IG, YouTube. Send us a message. Tell us how you want to partner with us, or write us at Carla Dunbar Ministries at gmail.com. But the little girl says she wants her own room. They want a space that they can be comfortable, so that they no longer have to be fearful of the open environment. So will you partner with me to help them to realize their dream of a home, right? So it's going to be February 12th, Sunday, February 12th, 6 p.m. is the show time. Tickets are now available, right? So call us for tickets. It's $10,000 per person. For tickets, a food inclusive event, and it's a live showcase. Jody and Pantry, Andre Shepard, Trinell Robinson. Our MCs are Basilia and Brian Koff. So I'm looking forward to your support. I appeal to you for your support.